Hey everybody, welcome back to the Northern Lion Plays the Binding. The Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth? Oh, that's a bad omen. But the start is not bad. Stats seem okay. 2T78P0D7. We got a little Bumbo Jr., aka Gertie Jr. And, well, let's be honest, we're starting with 7 bombs. That's really the big deal there as far as Remote Detonator goes. Will we get some mileage out of Remote Detonator? It's not impossible. It is, I would say, somewhat unlikely. The real jewel of this run right now, though, is 3 HP plus above average damage, above average tiers. So from a DPS standpoint, we're crushing it right now. From an HP standpoint, we're in a great spot. We're not on an XL floor, which means that on this floor, if we take, you know, a random hit, it's not that big of a deal. No trinket yet, but, I mean, it's probably the worst start that we've had today. This is my Marathon Isaac day, and it's still great. It's certainly, you know, far from bad, but it's a little underwhelming related to, you know, Mega or Mom's Knife, Nail, Nun's Habit, etc., but still, it's a nice change of pace, shall we say. God's Flesh. I think this item is overrated, but you don't need me to talk about God's Flesh. You probably want me to talk about, you know, vegetable flesh and go off on some kind of non sequitur about how I hate eggplants because it tastes like a banana that somebody artificially removed all the sweetness from. You know, I have said, I have an opinion that I believe is scientifically incorrect, and I continue to hold it in spite of its inanity, and that's that all human beings taste things in exactly the same way, just at different magnitudes. So something might taste more strongly to other people than others, but it's all about, you know, the human brain being like, ooh, I don't like this because I thought it was going to taste like that. I have the level of cognitive dissonance where I believe that what I'm saying is moronic, but still in my heart of hearts, I'm like, could still be true, though. Could still be true. But anyway, I don't like eggplant. As much as I think that, you know, all foods are innately good to some extent, or at least all fruits and vegetables and, you know, meats are innately designed, or not, designed is definitely the wrong word there, but, you know, the human body is designed to get nutrients from, designed is still the wrong word there. Basically, foods contain energy, and thus should taste good. Full stop. Is that controversial? I don't think so. I like my food to taste terrible. You know what? More power to you. That's no problem. But I just can't there's a few things that despite being quote-unquote acquired tastes and having eaten them a lot, I just still do not like. I don't like mushrooms, which is a great song by Bob Geldof. Tell me why I don't like mushrooms. Tell me why I don't like mushrooms. That's, I mean, the song is actually about a shooting, so I don't want to make light of it, but, I mean, Bob Geldof, he's bought a lot of car payments with that song, so, you know, if he's allowed to mine it for such, then maybe I should be allowed to as well. But let's disregard this. Live Aid was a treasure. Well, Will Stevens, okay. And the other one is eggplant. Mushrooms I will eat, and I'll be like, I don't really like it, but I'll eat it, you know? If I have to, or if I don't want to make a scene, I can eat mushrooms and be an adult about it. But eggplants, for whatever reason, disgusts me. And I use that word in its literal context. It almost makes me gag, and I don't understand what it is. I wish it was different. I wish that I could enjoy an eggplant parmigiana, but I cannot. Oh my god. Well, you know what? We could accidentally kill ourselves here, by the way, if we took both of those, but I'm just gonna take Whore of Babylon. It gives us precedent, and it gives us something to work with for the future, but it doesn't give us Mom's Knife for, like, the 3rd time today. So, I know it's not the 3rd time today for you guys, because I mean, it could be if you're watching multiple episodes in the same day, but I know. You know, that's the beauty of, you know, delivered content like this. It doesn't have to all come at the same time, but regardless, we're going to stay away from Mom's Knife. Not because it's bad, precisely the opposite reason. It's too good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should, so baby, Hutsu, that's probably John Mellencamp, aka the American Bryan Adams. I know that I'm shooting into a rock here. I was trying to let our Gertie Jr. do a little extra damage there before we got involved. And I guess it doesn't really matter if we take a hit here because we've already gotten our deal with the devil, but we'd probably prefer not to if possible. So yeah, you know, it's just one of those foods, man. Like eggplants, I cannot abide. I'm not going to throw a hissy fit. Like, the only reason it would really come up is if I went to a restaurant that was like, we only serve eggplant here. I'd be like, well, shit, I really should have looked at the menu before I agreed to come to this place. Yelp be damned. But, that's really all I can think of. There are some foods that are, you know, not delicious, but they're less likely to show up. Like, for example, fermented bean curds from Japan. It's called, or bean sprouts. It's called natto, or natto. And it's, I find it pretty disgusting. It smells and tastes like an old gym sock. But it's not like you're at McDonald's and they're like, do you want to try our new natto burger? You're like, how about I have the one that's not a natto burger, if you know what I mean. We're not going to take Mom's knife. Let's ignore it for now. Go with some tier effects. Try to, you know, get something steamrolling off of that. But it's like, yeah, well, oh, you think all foods are supposed to taste good? What about this fringe example, like, the tequila from Vietnam that comes with a snake heart in it? Okay, you got me. Literal poison with a poisonous animal's organ inside of it. You got me. But you might say, what about, like, sweetbreads? You know, what about organ meat? I've had some fantastic organ meats. I've had some fantastic organ meats from Oregon. I recognize, by the way, if you're a vegetarian, you might find this conversation somewhat untenable. And, you know, we'll move along, but the reality of the situation is I do consume animal products on a regular basis, and, I mean, it is what it is. I've eaten chickpeas with the best of them. Death card. And actually, you know, if we're having a conversation about favored beans, I gotta say chickpeas are gonna be up there. You're gonna say, chickpea's not a bean. Fuck you, it is a bean, it is a garbanzo bean. Just because it's called a chickpea doesn't mean it's a bean. Or doesn't mean it's not a bean, I should say. The chickpea is just, that's a bullshit name that they invented in like the 18th century. And if you've never eaten a chickpea, you might be watching this and saying, you know, we don't really use chickpeas in our cuisine here. You should go get some hummus or some falafel. Or, you know, just make yourself some kind of chickpea stew. It's delicious. It's like a little... I don't want to say it this way because, you know, we are on the internet, but, you know, you might take it the wrong way. But it's like a little, like, peanut sort of vegetable. It's fantastic. The Fallen has given us Guppy's Tail. This run continues to be actually very good, despite looking a little underwhelming, perhaps related to the runs that have come before it. But still, look at our consumables. Like, we are basically completely set in that department. And we've got so many bombs, I am actually trying to use them somewhat effectively here. Ooh, Guppy. That would have been sweet, but at the same time, 2 Spirit Hearts is also pretty dope. And inside of our shop, we spend a bomb to get 1 penny and a donation machine. I guess there are circumstances in which you'd want a donation machine outside of the shop. Like maybe your shop has greed and you really need the money. But, not the most immediately useful thing for us. Unusual, though. Can't deny that. How about baked beans? Take them or leave them. I'm a chickpea man, personally. I can get down with a kidney bean. I think I probably prefer a black bean to a kidney bean, if I'm being honest. But, either or both in my chili does not bother me. I'm not going to get into the should chili have beans or should not discussion here. It's a nutritional superfood that tastes fantastic. I'm putting it in my chili. If you don't want to have some of my chili, good. More for me. That's what you get for being a fucking snob when I invite you over to dinner at my house. Ooh, did you put beans in this chili? I can't eat it then. You know what? Go home. Just go home then. This kind of, like, this is not a situation that's ever happened. I'm just saying hypothetically. If it had. You're not invited to the chili cook-off at my house anymore. Good? You know, yeah, good. I agree. Okay, Gertie Jr., come back here. Need you to land a hit. Well, maybe we don't do hits. Okay, that was close. Well, we're still like 1 minute and 45 seconds ahead of schedule, and we got a nice little diverse collection of HP. Nothing really to concern ourselves with. A guppy item. Hopefully more from this very room. Well, Spirit Heart's also good. Whore of Babylon just kind of waiting in the wings for us to get another deal with the devil and get that nice little damage bonus coming off of it. But honestly, we're pretty much subsisting at this point off of that little dolly pickup and then our starting stats being actually pretty good. So I got nothing to complain about right now. If I was complaining about this run, that would mean that I'd lost touch with the average Isaac run, because this is still pretty solid here. Cricket's Head, you know, I like to think that because of my humility, the game has decided to reward me, but I also don't believe in that level of superstition, so creates a very complicated situation for me to reconcile my beliefs with the thoughts that I have in the moment, but just knock both of these out, and then still got 13 bombs. Not as many as we used to have, so kind of want to hold off on the using bombs for everything sort of bit that we're doing here, but let's go find our item room and shop, and look like we're, you know, pretty much on pace here for win 38. Does this officially make it like our second longest streak ever? I can't believe the other one was at like 36 or something when it finished, so this might be our second longest streak ever. And to be honest with you, we've really cruised into it here. Like this, we've not been fighting tooth and nail for the last few wins. There will come a time where we'll have more runs like that, and we'll have to test our mettle. We'll have to test our chest love list. Can't stand the heat and get out the Wild Wild West. Lovers does not very much for us here, but maybe Dark Bomb in the future, potentially. The reality of the situation, though, is the past 6 or 7 at least, we've not really been tested. And honestly, I'm content to ride that momentum, knowing that one day it's not going to last anymore. So let's make hay while the sun's up, you know, get these easy wins. Robo Baby 2.0, pretty not good. Deep Pockets is worth buying, probably. You know what? Let's take a chance on it. We got the High Priestess. We'll see what the boss is, but I wouldn't mind using it on the boss here just to get value out of it. I mean, we paid for it, right? So might as well get something. And relatively okay golden chest. Probably should have thought twice before going in on that one, but life goes on, you know? I get Guppy's tail. I like to roll the golden chests a little bit. See what we can get. Because I think it makes you more likely to get Guppy's head if you're going to run the stats, you know? The more golden chests you get, the more chances you get to pick up Guppy's head. I think it probably works that way. We got hit, but Chubb is dead regardless. Now, deal with the devil. That's not Krampus, please. It only has 1 HP, so we can't even get to Whore of Babylon. But we'll take Book of Belial, and we'll get the heck out of here. We took Placenta. The only reason I didn't take Placenta before going in is because it's probably more valuable to have Whore of Babylon than it is to take 1 extra HP that could thwart Whore of Babylon, but if we're not going to be at Whore of Babylon anyway, then there's no point. This is a very, very, very small floor, which could be amazing. If we're able to get Whore of Babylon right off the bat, it would be awesome. What is this? Double Blighted Ovum? That could be great for us, actually. I did take some damage. That's okay, though. We got a speed upgrade, which is actually good. No deal with the devil, though. And, of course, it came with a syringe as well, which is positive. Weird, like, I guess because of the fact that the floor is, or the boss room is long, created some weird kind of, like, super close boss room architecture here, but, you know, not that I'm complaining. And speed upgrade may have saved us a little bit of damage right away. No. As much as I would love to, and as much as there is a small chance that it has an item that we greatly desire, it's not worth as much as the certainty that we get from going to an item room or even a shop for that matter. I mean, we do have 16 bombs. Might be worth going to the shop. Oh, I almost walked right into it. It might be worth going to the shop, blowing up our donation machine, if we're lucky enough to get one, and then buying whatever we can get there that we want to see as well. And you know what? We've kind of, because of the fact that we haven't managed to make Whore of Babylon come through for us yet, we are kind of in a weird situation. And I say that in a positive way. We're in a weird situation where the run has kind of regressed slightly. Book of Belial is awesome, don't get me wrong. Chaos card is extremely good. But we haven't popped off as much as I would like to yet. We may get to that point, and we may get to that point on this very floor. You know, you never know. I'm not going to get the pills. I just want to play this, and we can at least get down to the Whore of Babylon state temporarily. And maybe get something out of it. Yeah, we haven't really fulfilled the potential that we came across earlier. But that's okay. There's plenty of time left for it to happen. And, you know, given a long enough time scale in Isaac, the things that have not happened have a tendency to happen. All we need to do is find a deal with the devil that works for us, or even, you know, Guppy's Paw by itself could do it, or Abaddon by itself could do it. What the heck is going on here? There's an invisible man hanging by a visible rope. It was a very strange situation. Okay, item room is giving us big fan. Is it worth the fact that we came all the way back here? Probably. I think it's okay to get the red heart here. Hopefully we don't fight greed immediately, but we'll be fine either way. Okay, we'll probably bomb and take the compass, and then apart from that, we'll just go. I don't want to, you know... It's good that our donation machine is in equilibrium, but I prefer it to have like a little bit of a positive bend to it if possible. So we'll grab the compass, and then we'll try to create an arcade on the next floor, and this gives us a chance to do so. Oh, right, we have placenta, so that's actually pretty bad. Because that means we won't be able to reliably stay in the Whore of Babylon state. Still at 2 minutes ahead of schedule for boss rush, without a teleport card, unfortunately, but it's not the kiss of death. It would be great to get IV bag here, actually. Even better than even better than Book of Belial, I think. But okay, we're done with this floor. I'm not going to use our Two of Hearts card. I'm not going to pick up HP and play the Blood Bank more. I'm not going to use our key to open a golden chest. We're going to head down to the next floor and progress from there. And now that we have the compass, we can actually see where we're going, which is nice. And our gamble... Oh my god, that's so good. The key-shaped room that also gives us, like, 9 keys. I thought it was the stuff of legends. What a just stupid bit of damage right there. But don't get flustered. We actually have not lost much in the way of preventable damage on this run. We just haven't picked up much in the form of HP. We have gotten great damage upgrades, though. So, again, don't take this as me complaining about the state of the run. No more than I would on an average run, at least. And, okay, we're already out of the Whore of Babylon state. Oh, we were out of the Whore of Babylon state, but I didn't need to do that immediately. Because we could have gone into that room and taken advantage of Whore of Babylon, but whatever. Okay, first things first. Arcade. That was very stupid. Ease up on that. Okay, well, you know what? There's no blood bank in there, so I kind of fucked us a little bit. Just play smart, you know. No mistake in Isaac. Well, let me put it this way. Very few mistakes in Isaac cannot be recovered from. You know, in all honesty, it's a game that's fairly lenient in terms of the amount of mistakes you can make and still be competitive. So, by no means have we fucked ourselves out of a potential victory here. I saw you trying to get that shot in there. Don't think that I didn't. Just play smart and possibly not do boss rush, and we'll see how things look after that. I think maybe we kind of go hard on this one. Let me get to 11 cents. I think we should buy the other item. Well, one of these other items. Red candle. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's leave it at that for now. Ipecac. Also great. Actually, also amazing. And we're lucky that we stood far enough away there. 2 more Spirit Hearts. Here's the thing that's going to bother me. Because if we end up winning just on the back of Ipecac or Red Candle now, people are going to be like, you got carried. And it's not like you're wrong, but we didn't get a chance to play out the way that run was going down. So, as far as I'm concerned, you know, maybe we got carried, maybe we didn't, but I was feeling pretty confident, and hopefully that's clear with my demeanor at the time. I was feeling pretty confident that we were in an okay situation on that run to begin with. Like, I certainly thought the game was working with us relatively well. Get the Polaroid. Grab this. We will take both, I think, to put us in Whore of Babylon, even though it's a little risky. Both of them ended up being amazing. Without the ability to teleport, we'll take the top left item. You might have thought I was going to say we're not going to do anything at all here. Where's the fun in that? You get Ipecac, you get Red Candle, and then you just say, fuck it, let's, you know, do things by the book. No way, man. And honestly, as much as, like, it might seem like I'm just protesting too much, there's really no reason for us not to do the Hush fight as long as we got the keys for it. And the cojones for it. If I may pretend to know anything about Spanish at all. Donde está la biblioteca? Me llama T-Bone, la araña discoteca. Anyway. Rap God. I didn't write that rap. That's, you know, Donald Glover. And the man who plays Abed, Danny Pudi. Danny Pudi. Lori Petty, aka Tank Girl. Anyway, life's good right now. We should be completely fine. Is this guy on the spikes? It's like, that's not where you want to be, man. We might be able to complete the trifecta here. And the trifecta is, oh, yeah, that's bad. The trifecta is, you know, all 3 optional boss areas. Hush, Boss Rush, and Mega Satan. We have no beat on Mega Satan, and probably will not get a beat on Mega Satan, but there's always the chance that you pick up, Dad's key and, you know, change the game. Oh my god, okay. The damage that I'm inflicting upon myself is unreasonable. Let's stop with that. Don't die on Boss Rush. And also, you know, keep in mind, you're only ever 1 HP away from death on the womb. If you're at 1 HP, what am I talking about? You're only ever 1 HP away from death on the womb. It's a meaningless sentence. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, I hit the enemy as soon as it spawned, but I was really trying to see if there was like a tinted rock over there, or, you know, if that skull was going to pay out with something half decent. Either way, we're still fine. 5 HP. Nothing to freak out about. No spirit arts and no damage makes Homer something something. Go crazy? Don't mind if I do! No, I can't, you know, in all honesty, say this has been a run with no damage. It's been a run with actually, like, fantastic damage. Okay, both of these bosses teleport like little bitches. Means we gotta hit him while we can. There we go. I think we got relatively lucky that worked out as well as it did. The poop is giving me fits here, man. Face says, imprisoning me. All that I see. Eat some more fiber. I could not smell. I could not see. I'm stinky as hell. You know, that's Metallica. That was off the top of the dome piece. Just land it, just land it. We got it like a ridiculous rate of fire right now, which is a blessing. And people always say it's a blessing and a curse. And it is, you know, almost everything on planet Earth has positives and negatives, you know? But, like, it's got way more positives than negatives. But the negatives can sometimes manifest themselves in obvious, unsubtle ways, like accidentally hitting ourselves all the fucking time. Now, we did get Mystery Sack, by the way. In case you've forgotten, you know, the whole reason we're here. The thing with Mystery Sack is that it can pay out with runes, and it can pay out with spirit hearts. So even though it looks like we've invested probably too much at this point to get what we got, and our other item is My Reflection. Oh, that's fucking terrible. It's Ipecac My Reflection. Thank God we took Red Candle. This would have been terrifying. Oh, it's still going to be terrifying, but it would have been way worse if we had only our tears to rely upon. So we're going to be smart. We're not going to do rooms we don't have to do. We're going to spend a lot of time using Red Candle. And thank you, RoboBaby 2.0, for doing the Lord's work right now. And, I mean, it's perfect, like, be careful what you wish for sort of situation, right? I said, I want some more interesting runs. Here we are with the classic interesting combo. Ipecac My Reflection. But you know what? I find myself relatively unperturbed. We have the tools in our arsenal necessary to deal with this. Our shot speed is high enough that we can actually just, you know, as long as we land a direct hit on most of these enemies, it's no problem. And it's not like we need to hit any enemy except the boss multiple times. Like, most enemies are going to go down real easy like here. So, Abel's good. If it gives us conjoined, I'm gonna be slightly unhappy. Should point out, in case it's not obvious... Oh, that was real dumb. In case it's not obvious, I'm also real happy that we have familiars to back us up. And I'm real happy with this RoboBaby 2.0 pickup, which is unorthodox. But I'm pleased regardless. I do not really want to go to that curse room. I mean, I want to go to it, but HP is precious right now. Okay, I'm also stoked we have Empty Vessel. I'm trying to focus on the positives, of which there are myriad right now, but Empty Vessel is doing the Lord's work for us at the present moment. Not just the ability to fly, also great, but the occasional invincibility means the world. Thank God for high rate of fire. We've done it. Take it. Ooh, I mean, it's tempting. Ish. It can't be done. Honestly, like, as much as I would love to take Maw of the Void, especially because it could actually give us HP back, we can't do it. Range down is not that bad, but it's certainly not good. So we're going to head down here. Is it still worth fighting the Hush? This might be one of the rare situations in which, even with this low amount of HP, it is still worth fighting the Hush. Although I will say that if we fuck up the Hush Chaos card, we probably just lose. But that's fairly true in a lot of situations. So we're at 3 HP. Have to pay very close attention to the enemy attacks. I am happy we found the secret room. I don't think we need a lot of spirit hearts to keep us alive here, but the more the merrier. In case that's not, you know, fundamentally true in like every situation on planet Earth. Just looking for where the boss fight could be and planning my attacks thusly. Good stuff. Every room you go through without getting hit is another room closer to the boss fight and another room potentially closer to a spirit heart, right? You never know when you're going to get a payout from Mystery Sack. One thing's for sure, like, this should not be a lost run. So if I lose on this one, I can't blame it on the game, even though Milli Vanilli told me to blame it on the game, but it, you know, you guys ever listen to the Bare Naked Ladies breakout album, Gordon, 94? 94's Gordon? Sure, okay. This is a dangerous situation because these enemies all create shit when they die. And Robo Baby's a little finicky sometimes. There we go. It's a long distance on this one to go until we encounter the end of the room. Or at the end of the floor, I should say. Luck up, luck up, luck up, luck up. Some rooms are not created equal, though. One makes you small. Give it a shot. Not good. Very ill-advised bit of damage there. This is the simplest room of all time, if we let it be simple. Just claim the virus. The virus did not show up, but we did get a spirit heart, and I will take that eternal heart. Let's get even tinier now. It's like, just sneak out on occasion, fire a shot, simplify the room. Oh man, it worked. Okay. No tinted rocks. That's a real bummer. Okay, let's do this up. Still have chaos. I'm not going to use the High Priestess right here. It's better served later. Remember that red candle can break shots. Oh, thank you, Empty Vessel. Came through for me right there. Do you fight the Hush? It's such a bad idea. I can't not do it. Did I just bet on the whole streak? Yeah, I bet the whole streak on this gambit. Let's do it. Well, that's a good start. We actually may want Infamy out of these. Judas' Shadow, I think, is a non-negotiable choice here. You buy a Spirit Heart. Probably don't care about anything else, but let's try this. Justice. It's fine. High Priestess might be a good card for us, by the way, so that's valuable. Goathead is too little too late. Card against humanity, I do not like it most of the time. I find it annoying. So, we'll grab Infamy. And we're going to shoot our whole wad at this one. So, first things first, High Priestess. Was not worth it, actually. I would advise against the use of High Priestess on your Hush fight. Somehow we didn't take a hit there. And I gotta admit, stage 1, not going as planned. Little finicky. We're getting him. But it's taken its sweet-ass time. There we go. Now you just land the Chaos card. We've done it 100,000 times. Problem solved. Now, did we improve our run that much? Probably not, honestly, but we are headed up to the Cathedral with an extra life just waiting for us, which I think is quite positive, and I did Boss Rush and the Hush. Now all we need to do is do Mega Satan. Curse of the Lost. Bad damage. Now this... Oh my god, I took HP, so I no longer can fly or have Empty Vessel. Not a smart decision. But now that we know, you know, knowledge is power. Why is RoboBaby 2.0 tearing it up? Like, it's amazing. Of course, we have Judas' Shadow. And if we could... Ooh, Guppy's Head. I don't know if we want Guppy's Head. Let's give it a trial run. Because Red Candle is very valuable from a safety standpoint. 2 cards against humanity. Even better. But Guppy's Head is pretty darn good. If we can go to our grave still having Judas' Shadow, that would be ideal. It's the only item you never want to use. Well, that and all the other resurrection items. Although you actually do want to use Judas' Shadow in many situations, but let's just ignore that for now. I mean, 3 flies per room is pretty valuable. Are we really going to make every wrong decision on purpose on this run? Just to prove that we're hard asses or something? Like, is that what this is becoming? I mean, truth be told, we don't need Red Candle as long as we can make it work for ourselves here. We don't need Bible Track. That's for dang sure. That was close. There we go. Steam Sale, hugely important right now. I kid. Well, this run never should have come to this point. But here we are. Let's make it happen. Card against humanity gets replaced with the Hermit, which I'm just going to pop immediately, even though it's quite plausible it'll put me in a situation where I have no idea where I am. Hopefully it's closer to the boss fight. Man, how did I not get hit there? I feel like we've got explosion immunity, but maybe it's just, you know, one makes you smaller or something. Under normal circumstances, we'd take damage, but, you know, we're far enough away. Never make that dodge with that spider, by the way, but under normal circumstances, we take damage, but for now, we're technically far enough away that we don't get hit or something. I don't know. Not complaining, though. I'd rather not waste a fly. It happens. Oh, another Spirit Heart. Every Spirit Heart increases our, you know, my confidence of winning by like 10%. Now this time we can't fly. Just gotta be a little careful. And I guess I do mean a little because we're already done with that room. Our flies just do so much damage. Beautiful. Land one shot, then run away. Okay, we've pretty much handled this the best way that I would have thought plausible to handle it. I'm thinking 2 more waves of the Isaac fight. Maybe 1 if we get a little lucky. Yeah, okay. That was pretty much exactly as planned. Down to the next floor. And we've added a little bit of extra tension to our lives here, but nothing to fear. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Isaac's Heart is not negotiable. We're not taking it. Even with Holy Mantle, which is also sweet. Holy Mantle, Papula Duplex is scary, but also good. And all of a sudden, actually, now this run is fairly exceptional. I can't believe I fell in the little horn hole, which is not a sentence that I enjoyed saying. But we should have the win here. Like, Holy Mantle, we asked for it last run. They gave it to us this run. I'm not going to complain. It's advantageous regardless of our situation. Helps us offensively and defensively. Oh, man. Of course we'll take Cricket's Body. What could go wrong with Cricket's Body? Cricket's Body, My Reflection, Homing Tears, Pupilla Duplex. We just have extremely powerful homing tears that explode in our face, but at least we got Halo of Flies to back us up. Gimpy is a sight for sore eyes right now, I'll tell you that much. Why do I do these things to myself? It's... on a daily basis, I find myself being like, well, that was a deliberately idiotic decision. What were you thinking? At least we got Holy Mantle to back us up here. And Book of Revelations, potentially. But, we got Sack Dagger. I mean, is that how we want to do this whole run from this point onwards? Is just use Sack Dagger and Flies to do all our damage? It seems to be working. Like, we're lucky enough that we got somehow powerful enough to not have to worry about having the world's dumbest synergy. Completely self-inflicted, I might add. There is no reason for us to have made our life this hard, except to say that we did and we succeeded regardless. And, you know, that's just as the definition of hubris right there. Also, I took so many One Makes You Smaller pills that I actually have no idea if we have Holy Mantle at any given moment. I can't see the visual impact. You know what? Dice Shard. Reroll that shit. Common Cold. It's something. We got so many orbitals. I have to feel like this will just work. Well, this was a strange run that we succeeded on. Thank you so much for watching. It's win 38, I think? Win 39? Let me check when I get in here. Win 38. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.